Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What's stopping you from being great? Is it fear? Is it laziness? Is it an excuse? Let me tell you something, the gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't as wide as you think. But it's not talent. It's not luck. It's the mindset. Today I'm here to talk about unlocking the unstoppable force within you. And I promise if you give me your attention, not for me, but for yourself, you'll walk out of here with the tools to re-rate your story. Don't just hear me feel this. You deserve to win. But it's on you to claim it. Say with me, because what we're about to uncover is the reason some people thrive and others stay stuck. Greatness isn't handed out, it's earned. And the cost. Everything, comfort, doubt, fear, and procrastination, all of it has to go. You've got to let those things burn if you're serious about success. Here's the reality, every single person you admire, every person who's done something remarkable made the decision to push past their limits. They didn't wait for the perfect time. They didn't sit around hoping for motivation to strike. They created their own momentum by showing up, by grinding when it was hard, and by choosing discipline over excuses. Think about it. If your life depended on achieving your goals, how hard would you fight? Would you still hit the snooze button? Would you still waste hours trolling through social media? Would you still make excuses about not having enough time or energy? No, you find a way. Because survival demands it. But here's the truth, success is no different. If you treat your goals like your life depends on them, you'll unleash a level of drive you never thought possible. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't is simple hunger. Not a casual desire or a fleeting wish, but a deep, unrelenting hunger that consumes every part of you. You've got to want it so badly that the thought of not achieving it makes you sick. That's what separates the winners from the wannabes. It's not talent, it's not luck. It's an unstoppable will to win. Talent might open a door, but hunger is what keeps you in the room. But here's the kicker. Most people don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they give up too soon. They hit one obstacle and decide it's too hard. They face one rejection and let it break them. Don't let that be you when you're hungry. You don't stop because it's hard. You don't stop because you're tired. You don't stop because the odds are stacked against you. You keep going. Hunger doesn't just want the dream, it demands it. Hunger fights through the pain. Hunger stays up late and gets up early. Hunger finds a way no matter what. Look, I know it's not easy. You're going to face days when nothing seems to go your way, when it feels like the world is conspiring against you. But those are the moments that test your hunger. When it's hard, that's when you have to dig deeper. Because the truth is, life isn't going to hand you anything. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. It's on you to show up, to grind, to push through, and to make it happen. So ask yourself right now, how bad you want it? Are you willing to fight for it? Are you willing to sacrifice for it? Because if you're not all in, you'll never make it. But if you are, if you're willing to give it everything you've got, then there's no limit to what you can achieve. Success is not a matter of convenience. It's about sacrifice. The truth is, there are no shortcuts to achieving greatness. If you want to be successful, you have to be willing to give up something you love today for something greater tomorrow. It's not about instant gratification. It's about understanding the long-term price of your success and being willing to pay it. People talk about wanting success, but they often fail to realize that success doesn't just come knocking at your door. It demands everything you've got. Success demands late nights, early mornings, and giving up things that feel good in the moment but don't serve your long-term goals. Whether it's partying with friends, watching TV, or even a job that offers comfort without growth, you must learn to say no to things that keep you in your comfort zone. You've got to be willing to sacrifice today's pleasures for tomorrow's rewards. This isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter and working with a sense of purpose. Success doesn't belong to the ones who take the easy road. It belongs to those who decide that they are going to make sacrifices to reach their goals no matter what it takes. You see, the road to success is not paved with ease. It's filled with moments that will test your resolve, your patience, and your ability to keep going when every part of you says quit. The sacrifice that you make today will determine your future tomorrow. Think about the decisions you make right now. Are you choosing comfort over growth? Are you avoiding hard work because it feels too painful? The truth is, no one ever achieves greatness without facing some kind of hardship. You have to be willing to put in the hours when others watching, to work harder than everyone else, to do the things that others won't do because they're too afraid or too lazy to make the same sacrifices. Sacrifice isn't just about giving up things, it's about understanding the value of what you're giving up and knowing that it will pay off in the end. You must be willing to invest in your own future. This is about prioritizing your goals above everything else. It's not about balance. There are times when you have to go all in. you've got to get comfortable with this comfort if you want to make it to the next level. Every successful person you look up to has made sacrifices. They've sacrificed sleep, comfort, security, and sometimes even relationships to achieve their dreams. But here's the secret. These sacrifices are what allow them to build something that lasts. The pain you experience today will eventually turn into the power you wield tomorrow. So when it gets tough and you feel like giving up, remember, it's not about how hard you work in the easy times, but about how you show up when the going gets tough. The real winners are the ones who keep pushing forward, who sacrifice the good for the great, and who endure the hardships in pursuit of something bigger than themselves. Success is on the other side of sacrifice. If you're willing to pay the price, you will reap the rewards. But it all starts with the choice to make the sacrifice, to give up something now for something greater down the road. You have to decide, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Because the cost of greatness is real, but so are the rewards. Purpose is the driving force behind everything we do. Without purpose, you're simply going through the motions. The difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of greatness comes down to one thing: knowing your why. When you understand why you're doing something, when you can tie your actions to something deeper than yourself, you unlock the kind of power that keeps you going even when the world seems against you. The reason you need purpose isn't just because it's a nice thing to have, it's because purpose is the fuel that will drive you forward when the road gets rough. Think about it. When you wake up every day, do you have a clear reason for getting out of bed, or are you just reacting to whatever life throws at you? People who achieve extraordinary things aren't waiting for life to happen to them. They're making life happen because they've tied their actions to a purpose that means everything to them. They know that their purpose is bigger than just themselves. They have something to live for that goes beyond their own desires. Their why pulls them through the toughest of times because they know it's bigger than any setback, any disappointment, or any failure. If you don't have a strong why, you'll give up when it gets hard. You'll quit when it feels like it's too much. But when your purpose is clear, when your why is stronger than the obstacles, you'll find a way to push through. It's what keeps you coming back when you feel like you have nothing left. When your purpose is anchored deep within you, it becomes a source of strength. It reminds you why you started in the first place. And when you face challenges, you can draw on that deeper connection to keep moving forward. Having purpose is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Dreamers have ideas, they have goals. But without a strong sense of purpose, they never get off the ground. It's purpose that turns dreams into reality. It turns ambition into action. It pushes you to give more than you ever thought you could. When your purpose is bigger than the obstacles, you can't help but succeed. Your energy shifts. Your focus sharpens. And your ability to overcome challenges becomes unstoppable. Ask yourself right now, what is my purpose? Why do I do what I do? If you can't answer that with clarity, then it's time to dig deep and find your why. Your why is the reason you will work when no one's watching. It's the reason you'll sacrifice, the reason you'll keep going when it feels impossible. It's the reason you won't quit when things get tough. When your purpose is clear, you don't need motivation to keep going. Motivation comes and goes and is unreliable. But purpose is unwavering. It's what drives you when everything else fails. It's what gives meaning to the hard work, to the sacrifices, and to the journey. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you need to find your why and hold on to it with everything you've got. When you do that, there's nothing that can stop you. Life is going to punch you in the mouth. It's not a matter of if, but when. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how prepared you think you are, or how much you want to succeed. At some point, life is going to test you. It's going to throw challenges at you that seem insurmountable. It will push you to the edge, making you question whether it's even worth it to keep going. But here's the thing, it's not the punches that define you, it's how you respond. Everyone has a breaking point. Everyone has a moment when they feel like they can't go on. The question is, will you let that moment break you? Or will you use it to build the strength you need to go further? The winners are the ones who don't let adversity stop them, they use it to fuel their comeback. The power of grit is found in those moments when you feel like giving up, but instead you dig deeper and push harder. It's about finding the strength you didn't know you had, even when every fiber of your being wants to quit. The true test of your character is how you respond when things go wrong. And here's the reality, no one gets through life without hardship. No one's journey is smooth, and no one's path is without pain. But here's the difference, the people who make it to the top don't let the pain define them. They use it as fuel. They know that the struggles they face today are the lessons that will propel them into tomorrow. They know that their grit, their resilience, and their refusal to give up will set them apart from the crowd. Grit is the ability to keep going when things aren't easy, when success isn't guaranteed, when you don't feel like you have it in you. It's about showing up when you're exhausted, when you're beaten down, and when every part of you is screaming to stop. But you don't stop. You push forward. You keep moving because you understand that this is where growth happens. This is where the champions are made. Success isn't built on smooth roads. It's forged in the fire of adversity. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck, it's persistence. The ones who succeed are the ones who keep going when others quit. They keep going when the world tells them they're not good enough, when everyone around them doubts their abilities. They understand that setbacks aren't failures, they're just part of the process. You'll face rejection, you'll face challenges, and you'll face disappointment, but what will define you is how you respond. Are you going to let those moments of hardship stop you? Or are you going to use them as stepping stones towards success? Don't let life knock you down without getting back up. Every time life punches you, you have a choice, stay down or rise up. The choice to rise is where your power lies. When you push through the hard times, when you refuse to be broken, you build resilience. And that resilience becomes your greatest asset. It's what makes you unstoppable. So when life hits you, and it will, remember how you respond is everything. It's not about avoiding the punches. It's about taking them and coming back stronger than ever. Too many people go through life pointing fingers, blaming their circumstances, their upbringing, their lack of resources, or the people around them for their failures. They never take ownership of their own lives, and because of that, they remain stuck. The truth is, you can't change your life until you take full responsibility for it. If you want to change your circumstances, you have to start by changing how you approach your life. You can't wait for someone else to give you permission to succeed or tell you how to do it. It's up to you. You're the only one who has the power to turn your situation around. Taking ownership of your life means understanding that you are in control. It means recognizing that every decision you make, every action you take, contributes to the outcome of your life. You can't keep blaming the past, your parents, your lack of opportunities, or anything else. It's time to stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the creator of your reality. When you accept full responsibility for your life, you take back the power. You stop being at the mercy of things you can't control and start making decisions that align with the life you want to live. The first step to taking ownership of your life is acknowledging that the only person who can truly change your life is you. You have to stop waiting for someone else to change things for you, to give you that break or to give you the tools you need. It's all in your hands. The excuses and the blame game won't get you anywhere. If you want success, if you want change, you need to take action. You need to make decisions that reflect the person you want to become, not the person you've been. Stop waiting for the right time or the perfect conditions. The time to act is now. The longer you wait, the longer you stay stuck in the same patterns, the same habits, and that said mindset that have kept you from moving forward. Taking ownership means being willing to make difficult decisions even when they don't feel comfortable. It means stepping outside your comfort zone, doing the work that others won't, and refusing to let fear control your choices. It means having the courage to confront the things in your life that are holding you back, whether that's bad habits, toxic relationships, or self-doubt. You are the one who has to face those things and take responsibility for them. You are the one who has to take the first step, no matter how scary it feels. But here's the thing, when you take ownership of your life, you also take control of your future. You stop being a passenger in your own journey and start being the driver. You stop letting circumstances dictate your fate, and you start creating the life you want. It's not easy, and it's not quick, but it's the only way to truly change your life. No one can do it for you. No one can live your life for you. It's your responsibility, your choices, your actions. When you fully take ownership of your life, you unlock your true potential. You discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined, and you will begin to see the results in every area of your life. So stop waiting for someone else to fix your life. Stop blaming others for your situation. It's time to take ownership, to take responsibility, and to make your future yours. The moment you do, everything changes. Success isn't about making huge, life-changing moves all at once. It's about the small, consistent actions you take every single day. The discipline to show up, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that success comes from making one big leap or achieving one massive goal. But true success is built through the consistency of effort, through doing the little things day in and day out that move you closer to your goals. Whether it's getting up earlier, making healthier choices, or putting in the hours when everyone else is taking shortcuts, it's the daily grind that pays off. You see, consistency is the foundation of growth. You can't expect to improve if you're only putting in effort sporadically. One workout won't get you in shape, just like one day of studying won't make you a genius. Success is built on repetition, the things you do regularly. You may not see huge changes in the beginning, but the small efforts you make each day compound. Over time, they build up into something much bigger than the sum of their parts. It's like planting a seed. Don't see it grow overnight, but with consistent care and attention, it eventually blossoms into something beautiful. People often get discouraged because they don't see immediate results. They want quick success, instant gratification. But here's the reality. It's the consistent daily actions that are the hardest to maintain, and it's in those moments when you're tempted to give up that you need to push through the most. Success doesn't come from moments of inspiration or bursts of energy. It comes from the ability to keep going even when motivation fades. It's the ability to stay on course when you feel tired, when you face obstacles, when you don't get the recognition you deserve right away. It's the commitment to your goals that keeps you going, even on the days when the rewards seem far away. The key to success isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about taking action now and sticking to it. The best athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the greatest leaders, they all have one thing in common. They've mastered the art of consistency. They didn't get to the top by waiting for things to happen. They got there by showing up day after day and doing the work that others weren't willing to do. When you commit to consistency, you're also committing to growth. Every time you put in the effort, no matter how small, you're building something. And eventually, all those small efforts add up to create the success you've been striving for. The key is to never let up. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, trust that the work you're doing now is laying the groundwork for future success. You can't skip the process. You can't cut corners. You've got to embrace the grind and stick with it, even when it feels difficult, because the results will come. So the next time you feel like giving up or taking a break, remember this: success isn't the result of one big moment. It's the product of the thousands of small actions you take along the way. It's about being consistent with your effort, no matter what, and trusting that over time, those actions will lead to the results you want. Stick with it, stay disciplined, and know that success is waiting for you on the other side of consistent effort.